faking, moving the head. So what we'll start with is I'm down here in my stance, getting to my control tie, and then I'm moving Keegan, right? Popping, I'm pulling, I'm throwing some fakes, and I'm snapping, right? Moving my hands and feet together, right, as I find that control tie. Does that make sense? So we're getting to our control tie, right? Once we get there, where we want to be, then we're moving this guy around. So popping shoulders, pulling, faking, snapping, getting our hand fight going, right? Any questions on that? All right, so we're going to get a partner, get up, we're going to get going, back and forth, and then we'll get in here and start scoring some points. Let's do it. 1, 2. Wow. All right, time. Hey, let's run it in. Hustle. My guy's on the other mat. Hustle on down. Sweet. Awesome. Hey, so we're still just getting into that warm-up. Again, half circle, half circle. Yep. Nice. When we bring it in, make sure we're hustling down, just so we can keep it rolling, super high pace. Again, that's still part of our warm-up. I think I want to get into a little bit more specifics of what we're looking for in our hand fight. And I'm going to throw a lot at you right now, but that's all right. I want you to tie it in with your style and how you wrestle. And then after this, we'll get into scoring points and really trying to light up that scoreboard. So Keegan's going to be in his stance. Again, we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to go out and hand fight. And with this time, right, I'm only going for about 10 to 15 seconds, really making sure I can get my skills going, and then my partner goes. But what some of the things I'm looking for, right, I want to take ground. I want to make sure I'm pulling on this guy, throwing some fakes. So a couple of skills to throw at you guys. When I get to my control tie, right, I want to really manipulate his position. Right now, he's in great position. I think for me, hand fighting keeps me in good position. It gets him out of his position. So I want to be popping, pulling, throwing fakes, and snapping. I think those are the four main components of the hand fight. Pushing, pulling, faking, and snapping. So let's really make sure when we get out here and we're finding our tie, we're getting to those four things, right? Pushing, pulling, faking, and snapping this guy around, right? Other side, making sure I'm faking, pulling. So those four skills, we want to tie those together, right? Kind of finish our warm-up here, and then we'll start scoring after this. Does that make sense? Any questions on that? We're all good? All right, let's do it. 1, 2. One of the most recent times that I got fireman's carry was 2 weeks ago down in the States, Pennsylvania. It's a really good guy. Most wins in history this guy had. We were able to get to that fireman's and actually get the win. So it's one of those moves that scores a lot of points, but we can also make it as well. So one thing I want us to do when we go out and we're in our stance here is not forget about our hand fight. Make sure we're moving this guy around, get him out of position, and making sure we're threatening him. When we're ready to shoot, that'll be a different story. But don't forget everything we've been working on, that hand fight, making sure we stay in position. So Keegan's going to be in his stance, right? I'm going to match it. I'm going to find that same side rest. See that? I'm going to climb the rope, get my inside tie. I'm going to move this guy around a little bit, but I have my inside tie. To me, this is the anchor. It needs to be close to him. He's not going anywhere when I have my inside tie. My right hand's my movement hand, especially in my hand fight. It's going to pop, hold, fake, and snap. A lot of that's with my right hand. Right? When I'm ready to shoot, right, I move this guy around. When I'm ready to shoot, I want to shoot through his legs. And so both of my knees, my right knee and my left knee are going to hit the mat. It's going to go between his legs. There was a line from his right foot to his left foot. I want to shoot almost through that line. Right? I'm going to hit both knees. I'm going to crunch down into a ball. So it looks like this. I take a step. I penetrate through the legs. Come on, both knees. Once I'm here, I don't want to be like real extended. I want to be moving down. I have this armpit. I found the leg. I'm going to dunk straight forward. Right? I'm dunking forward. Once this guy hits his back, I got to find a way to pop my head. The way that I like to do that in circle is I like to take a back step. So I'm going to back step, create space for your head. I'm going to cover and look for my back wall. If Keegan rolls into me, I can look for a fall. If he rolls away, I can then transition between my waist, my hands, my turn. So there's a lot of good options when you roll away or into me. Again, Keegan's in his stance, right? I'm going to find that wrist, find the rope, get my inside tie. I want to move this guy around with our hand fight. So fading and snapping. When I'm ready to shoot, I want to shoot through his legs. So both of my knees and head. I'm crunched down, right? Everything's tight. Core is squeezing and I'm dumping it forward. Once he hits the mat, I'm back stepping, popping my head, looking for my back points here. Right? It'll be a good partner play on his back. We can look at the transition and score more points. Any questions on that? We'll do one a little bit faster. Keegan's up, climb the rope, pop, move, fake, dunk, and I want to pop my head. Right? Keegan has his head pretty tight here, right? He's covered. I'll take that back step, get space in my head, come out, and find my points. Does that make sense, guys? All good. That was your question. My collar tie. So when I'm in my stance, right? So what he's saying is if my collar ties with my right hand, right? That's my lead leg. For me, that's my power hand. So it's going to do a lot of action. It's going to be one popping, pulling, faking, snapping, and then eventually taking a shot. So I think that hand has to All right, time, let's run it in. Let's bring it in, guys. Same spot again. Awesome. Sweet. Okay, hey, looking in now. We're gonna move right on. That looked good, guys. I think that was solid. I think a couple things to think about that Coach mentioned and I saw as well. We can't forget about that hand fight. So we got to make sure that when we get to our ties, we're moving our opponent around or our partner around and making sure we're threatening, open their position up a little bit, wear on them a little bit, and then we're getting to our firemen. So that looked good. We're going to go to another shot now, right? This is when that guy takes the lead leg or our fireman's side all the way back, right? And the other side's forward. When the other side's forward, that's totally fine. We're attacking that other side now. So Keegan's in his stance here. I'm going to climb the rope, get to my inside tie. For me, that's my control tie, and then really start moving this guy around. I really want to move him around here and start this hand fight. I'm going to fake this front leg. Keegan's going to take it back, right? That's one way we could get to it. Also, if the partner just wants to lead this left leg, it needs to be forward, right? Once that leg is forward, I know I'm attacking that side. So instead of my fireman's carry, I'm attacking this right side for me and his left leg, right? This is going to be our outside carry. It's going to be very similar, just a couple little things that are different. I still have my inside tie. I'm still going to hit both knees at one point, but they're almost going to switch. As I go through my progression of this shot, you guys will see they'll switch. When I first take my shot, my left knee is going to be up. Right? My right knee is going to be down. My right hand's going to snake this leg. I want my head to be tight here with the arm and my hand still in the armpit. Keegan's going to sprawl a little bit. When he sprawls, I'm going to pull down on this arm. My knee's going to hit the mat. I'm going to throw his leg up and my right knee will change. So my left knee goes down and my right knee will go up here. Right? That's that dumping that dump, right? That kind of makes it fall to his back. Again, this time I got to make sure I pop my head, cover the chest, looking for my back points. That whole progression comes from my knees. So Keegan's on his feet, right? We just went through our fireman's carry, so we'll fake fireman's. We're gonna go to our outside carry here. I'm gonna take my penetration, right? I get into this shot, my left knee's up, right knee's down. That's gonna change as I pull, elevate, change my knees. Keegan's on his back. I'm covering with my head across his chest. My head does a lot of the pressure, and then my right hand is going to help me find that waist, keep him on his back, and look to transition. So, again, there's a couple little differences, but it's very similar to that first fireman's carry. We're just attacking the other leg, right? And we're dumping this time instead of just throwing it straight forward. It's a little bit more of a circular motion. So, one last time. Keegan's in his stance. My inside tie, I'm moving this guy. I can threaten that front leg, taking my outside carry here, right? I like to snake this leg. My knees change, and I'm dumping down. Once he hits the mat, I'm covering my head across his chest, looking for my back points. Not just gonna get our 3, but we're gonna get our 4, our full set of 4 back points. We can go up 7-0. Any questions on that? Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So his question was, am I still going to be like hand fighting, moving this guy around? And yes, it's a great point. Make sure we're moving him around. That's the base of our attacks. Got to make sure we're getting the guy out of position and also stay in a good position ourselves. Good question. Any other questions? We're all good? All right, let's do it. 1, 2. let's bring it in. Here we go. Nice, hustle in, guys. Awesome. Okay, sweet. Hey, we're gonna move on now. This time, right, we're gonna threaten both our firemen's and our outside carry, right? And then we're gonna pull this guy's head underneath of us. So we're gonna go snap down here. We want them on their hands, and we're gonna get their weight forward. This, to me, this whole series all comes off that hand fight, and really emphasizing moving this guy around, getting him out of position, and, you know, really stay in a good position, but almost in, you know, putting our pace on the guy a little bit. So Keegan's gonna be in his stance. I gotta make sure that I'm hand fighting, really threatening my firemen's and my derringer, right, or my outside carry. And so the way I'm gonna do that is by throwing fakes. So the name of the game this time is throwing a ton of fakes. When I throw my fake, whatever side that may be, right, if it's my fireman's side and I throw a fake here, to me, there's a ton of space that Keegan can't really catch himself. He has nothing here to prevent him from being snapped down. Does that make sense? So I'm not gonna snap Keegan down if his leg's forward, right? Because his leg's gonna stop him from going down. So I like to threaten to get that leg back to then circle and kind of pull where I took a leg out from the table, right? If we take a leg out from a four-legged table and put any weight to that side, he's going down, right? So that's kind of the theory and the mindset behind that. So Keegan's in his stance. I'm gonna get my inside tie. I wanna move this guy around, right? I gotta be pushing, pulling, throwing my fakes, pulling on this guy. What it's gonna look like when I'm ready to go is I like to threaten this lead leg. So for right now, it's his right leg, it's my left side. I'm gonna drop my power hand to throw that fake here, right? And then I'm gonna pull him underneath. I think as far as the fake goes, it's made up of three components: my step, level change, and my reach. So I'm gonna step forward, level change, and reach all at the same time. Keegan's gonna take his leg back, and then I'm pulling him to that side. So here, and then I'm pulling him down to that side. My chest immediately finds his back, and then I'm looking for my go behind. A couple of different ways I like to go behind, right? Obviously you have your original just teeing off, but for me, I like to get this guy down to an elbow. So I'm gonna give him a little pull here, right? Kind of press up on that and keep my pressure and my weight down as I'm running behind. I like to find that far ankle. It lets me know that I went around the whole way around. So again, Keegan's in his stance, right? I'm gonna find my inside tie. I'm moving him around, right? When I'm ready to go, I'm gonna throw that fake, take a leg out from the table, snap, pulling this guy down. My chest immediately hits his back, and I like to pull him down to an elbow, right? When he's on his elbow, he has nothing preventing me from going behind. I'm finding my go behind, finding that far ankle. Any questions on that? We'll go one time fast here. Keegan's in his stance, right? I get to my inside tie, moving him around, fake, snap, pulling to an elbow, and then I'm running behind, getting my go behind. We're all good with that. Again, it's important that we're hand fighting, right? That's really important here, that we're throwing those fakes, really threatening our firemen's and our outside carry so we can snap this guy down. Let's do it. 1, 2. right, time. Bring it in. Let's go. Run it in. Good. Hustle in. Nice. Awesome. Okay. All right, so for our last one here, we're going to go back to our front headlock. Nice. Going to go back to our front headlock. Instead of pulling this guy down to an elbow, we're going to drag and kind of pull this through. Right? So it's going to look like this. I'm going to be in my stance. Again, Keegan's out here. I'm matching his level. I want to find my control tie and start moving him around. So I got to control that hand fight and threaten his legs. My outside carry, or I'm threatening my fireman's carry. So I'm out here getting that inside tie, moving this guy around, throwing my fake, snapping. Right? This time, instead of pulling him down to an elbow, what I'm going to do is bring my hand right here on top of his head. Does everyone see that? On top of his head, inside this arm, I'm going to his tricep. I'm going to pull this through as I run behind. So I'm here, I'm pulling as I'm running behind. So he's coming this way, I'm going that way. We're going to overlap and make it a pretty easy go behind here. Not a lot of effort, and it's pretty quick. So once Keegan hits the mat, I want to find the top of his head with my arm. Right here, I'm going to go inside on the tricep. Everybody see that? On the tricep, I'm not under the head, on top of the head. On top of the head, I'm dragging as I'm running around, finding my takedown here. So one more time on our feet. I'm going to get to my inside tie. Really stress my hand fight here, right? Move them around, throw some fakes, pull. When I'm ready to go, I'll throw that fake, snap. My chest immediately finds its back, and my hand's gonna go on top of this head. I'm coming inside the arm, I'm dragging while I'm running this behind, getting my go behind, right? Any questions on that? No questions. Okay, awesome. So when we bring it in next time, we'll just go a couple minutes of like question and answer. Any questions you guys have about anything, when we bring it in, we'll do that next. So make sure, if you want, you can think of one while you're drilling now. You got a question? Yeah. Show it again. Yes, absolutely. So that's the game plan. So Keegan's in his stance, right? I'm going to match that level, climb the rope, get my inside tie, right? I'm moving this guy around. I'm going to throw my hard fake. I'm going to snap. Once I snap him down, last time we went to pulling him to an elbow. This time, though, we're going to go on top of the head, inside the arm, right? Find that tricep. This is our drag. I'm going to drag as I'm running behind. I like to find that far ankle. Make sure I hustle all the way around and get my points. All good? Awesome. Last one, guys. Stay focused. Here we go. 1, 2. Let's run it in, guys. Great job. Run it in, half circle. Okay, sweet. Take a seat, guys. Awesome. Hey, well, first of all, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it. I believe this is like the 4th or 5th straight year that during the NCAAs I've been able to come over and either wrestle or just, just get on the mat with you guys. And it's been awesome. It's been a privilege. But now, starting next year, I'll be in the event. So it's pretty cool having the same dream as you guys and kind of chasing that the last couple of years. And it's going to happen coming next year. So God willing, and just really excited for that. But thanks for having me. I'll open it up to questions if we have any. Don't be shy. If you have any questions, we got a few. I know I have a couple minutes here, so we'll do like 3 or 4 questions. We'll break it out. I'll pray for you guys, and then we'll get out of here. So, yeah, question. Here we go. And I'll repeat it. Yeah. Yeah, so he said for a youth wrestler, what would be your advice to get better? I think my advice would be, for one, listen to my coaches and listen to my parents for sure. In my life, my dad is my biggest mentor and one of my best friends, so I would say listen to my dad if I was talking to my younger self, and I think just compete as much as I can, because wrestling's a lot of fun, so the more I compete, I think the better for sure. Yeah. Oh, we got a mic for you. You're on the mic. Uh-huh. Yeah, so he asked advice for a new wrestler. So I think it would just be trying to find the best partners in the best room that you can, and surrounding yourself with really high-level people, because I believe you are who you surround yourself with. So that's what I would say. So.
What's your favorite win ever?
Favorite win ever? Man, my favorite win ever. Probably my first state title in Pennsylvania when I was 7. So. Yeah. Here we go. We got the mic for you.
How are you feeling going into the next season?
Yeah. So going into next year, he asked how I'm feeling. Really excited and excited to wrestle at NCAAs next year. So excited and grateful. Last question. This guy right here. Just because we're running it tight.
Who's the toughest wrestler that you have faced?
The toughest wrestler I've ever wrestled. Probably somewhere in training. Probably Spencer Lee or Jordan Burroughs. One of those two. Shout out Rudis, athletes. So I would say one of those two. All right, hey, let's get it in tight. Bring it in tight. And take a seat though. Take a seat though. Right? Okay. Take a seat. Take a seat. Take a seat. Calm down. Calm down. All right. Nice. So hey, we all dream of wrestling at NCAAs someday, and I can't wait to watch all you guys there. I'll be there starting next year, so that'll be really awesome stuff. And I just want to pray for you guys really quick. So just bow your heads. Here we go. Dear God, thank you so much for this opportunity with these kids. We just ask that you keep them safe and that you bless them. You allow them to walk with strength and with courage, and we just ask that you bless their entire wrestling careers and their families as well. And we ask that we can be grateful for everything we have in our lives, that after the session we can thank our parents for even bringing us to the NCAAs and into the clinic, and we just ask that we can be grateful and thankful as we keep moving forward. Send angels down to be around the kids and bless their careers. Amen? All right, let's bring it in. Here we go. We're gonna bring it in. We're gonna break it down. Let's go with camps on 3. Let me turn my mic off so we don't absolutely crush everyone's ears. Ready?
That's going to wrap up the Bo Bassett Clinic. I want to thank everybody again. Can we get one more round of applause for Bo, please? So after this, Bo is going to go back and do a quick change of clothing, and then he's going to head over here to the USA Wrestling booth over to the right of the stage, left if you're looking at the mats. So once again, it'll be about 5 minutes, and then Bo will be over here to the right at the USA Wrestling booth.